What's going on YouTube? Wade with Wade's Ventures here, and this is going to be a video on storageunitauctionlist.com, and this is basically my #1 site that I have to have as a storage unit buyer. And so this is going to be a really cool video, hopefully, and it's going to be really short, but hopefully it kind of teaches you the ins and outs of this site and why I love it. Now, before we get started, those of you who are watching this video right now, my name is Wade. I'm with Wade's Ventures. I'm also Wade's Ventures on Instagram and YouTube. And I just got to say, I really appreciate all the support and love I'm getting from the community, from the YouTube and Instagram community and the reseller community. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. My #1 goal in 2018 is to bring a lot of cool content to my YouTube channel, learn a lot from everybody, and then also try to provide some value. So, bottom of my heart, I really appreciate you guys subscribed and just watching these videos and going along with this journey that I'm having this year and last. So, without further ado, this is the website that I use to find live storage auctions. Now, let me kind of tell you a little bit about how storage auctions work. So when a facility is basically needs to get rid of the contents of a storage locker, and this could happen because the tenant doesn't pay, or they get unfortunately incarcerated, or they pass away. There's so many different ways that people can lose storage units, and it is sad. I've had family that's lost them, but when it happens, the facility has to get rid of that merchandise. They can't just they have to put it up for auction, whether it's live auctions or online auctions where it's over the web. So that being said, what happens is they put in the paper, in the local paper, in the classifieds or other areas, they have to legally put that they are auctioning off these units. And so that gives a chance, if they can't communicate with the person that had it prior, that person can find that their unit is being put up for auction and they can pay their bill. So that being said, they put it in the paper that these auctions are going up for sale. Now here's the problem. It is extremely hard to find these auctions sometimes in the classifieds. And when I first started, I actually had to pick up the phone and call all these storage unit places around my area just to find which locations were going up for auction and what time. So that being said, this site makes it really nice and put together all in one area, so you can find these auctions going around not only in your state but across the United States. Now, just so you know, full disclosure, I don't get paid a penny. I don't get anything from them personally. I just want to put value on my channel when it comes to storage auctions and everything else that may indeed help you. So keep in mind, this site does charge, I believe it's $16 or so per month. Now, do I recommend you basically pay that and utilize this site? Only if you're going to be buying quite a few storage units per month. But if you're going to do it once a month or once every 6 months, you may want to consider just using the 7-day free trial. It doesn't cost you anything, and they do have a 7-day free trial, and you can use that. So without further ado, let me kind of show you the site. You can scroll to basically all your state that you're looking to do the auction in. And remember, these are live auctions, so you can't purchase an auction through this site. It's a live auction. It's an information site, so you can find it, where they actually use an auctioneer, and everybody meets at one facility to buy these storage these storage lockers, excuse me. So what you'll do basically is you'll create your free account, and then you can do the 7-day free trial. This is what the website looks like. Now, again, I can't live without this site. I spent hours trying to look for storage auctions before. This is super easy to read. So what you'll do is sign up for the account here. and then you'll do access your account. This is just an old email address I used to get the 7-day free trial. Now, that being said, this is what the website looks like. It is super basic, but really works. You can even print off these lists. So let's go through this real quick. So what this will do is it'll put all these storage auctions in your area, super neat, nice and neat to read, so you don't have to go through these papers and classifieds. Because you can imagine, look at all these different cities. Like, you would literally have to go through each city's paper, typically, to find these storage auctions, which can take forever. So what you'll do is you'll put your zip code up here. You'll then search, and it will give you everything within a certain radius. I'm going to go ahead and pick 50 miles. Now, once we have that, you'll see that we've got Salem, which is about 45 minutes away from me. There's this auction. They've got all the cities listed here. They've got the dates that they're happening, the time that they're happening. So let's go through one at a time here. The verified auction means that the site verified that that is an actual auction that's going to be happening. That way you don't waste your time going there and find out that it's not, happening, that it has not been canceled. So it's basically a verified auction. Means that storage unit auction list found out that that storage facility is actually having an auction in that area. The next one is canceled. Now, sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes storage unit auctions get canceled. And that's because the tenants pay last minute, or what's happened to me is in the paper they put the wrong storage unit number, and legally they have to put the right number. So they had to cancel the auction and redo it next month. And just so you know, a lot of times these storage unit facilities will contact the old tenants multiple times. I mean, they don't want to have to do auctions because that means they have to get somebody else in there, and that's money that is out of their pocket, right? So they want to get their money. They want to recoup that. And so auctions really kind of happen when the last, ditch effort to get a hold of the old owners does not work out, and then they have to put it up for auction. So that will be a later video. But now, they also have really cool caravan auctions, and that's in some areas. Let's go over a caravan auction real quick here. So caravan auctions are in blue. That being said, anything that's in blue is a caravan auction. So for example, let's pick this for example here. So caravan auctions are really amazing. And what it is you see the first location here where my pointer's at. The auctioneer will then go to the first location at extra space storage. He will auction off everything that's in that facility, that's in that area, on that first location. And then what will happen is all the cars, everybody that was at that first storage unit location will they won't carpool, but they'll follow each other to the next location, which is right below that. And then they'll go to the next and the next. What's really cool about this is a caravan auction, you can go to multiple different locations within the same day. So you can spend 6 hours going to all these locations, and what does that mean for you? It means you're going to see way more storage auction locations in different areas, because some auctions are better in different areas than others. And then you're also going to have a chance to see a ton more storage lockers that you wouldn't have seen if you just went to one storage auction. So for example, the stuff here in the white, if you go to Florence here, Oregon, that's only one auction. So if you go to that auction and there's only 1 or 2 storage units up for sale, the chances of you getting one is slim. But when you go to a caravan auction here in blue, and by the way, typically these are all really close in proximity. So when you go to a caravan auction in blue, you're going to see probably anywhere from 10 to 40 different storage unit lockers going up for auction, because there's so many different locations, and typically a certain location could have anywhere from 1 to 20 going up in that same location. So you just have a lot more opportunity to get a storage locker because you're going to a lot more locations with a lot more lockers being up for auction. And that's what I love about storage caravans. Now, typically 9 times out of 10, if you're in a bigger city, they happen once a month. And so every month at the same time, that auctioneer will do the caravan, because every month typically bigger storage unit facilities like Extra Space and additional storage and public storage right down here, typically they'll have enough storage lockers that unfortunately people don't pay or something happens to where they can do this monthly. So it is super cool. Let's go. So we went through that. Now, real quick, so you've got the storage unit facility. You can click here and it will actually give you the time, or excuse me, it'll give you the address. They also have the phone number. Now, I know this is about storageunitauctionlist.com, the website, but I'll give you some tips in later videos. But you can call these facilities and you can ask them yourself how many units they have currently going up for auction. Now, it may change if people pay their bill, but you can kind of get an idea. Okay, so this facility has 2 auctions, but I called this one and it has 10, so I'm going to go to that one as opposed to the other. So you can call them and ask them, just be polite and say, hey, I'm looking to go into your auction. Do you know how many auctions are actually going up on the 11th? And typically they tell you, so if you're super nice. You got the address here, the time. Now, another thing this website does offer on some of the auctions is you see this little eyeball symbol here. You click it, and it'll actually tell you who is losing the unit. Now, I know this is a sore subject, but it does tell you who's losing the unit. And sometimes you can do a little research to find out what their occupation was to kind of narrow down your search. Some people do that. I don't. But it does show, you know, who's losing the unit. And then some of the locations will actually show how many units are up for auction on the sites. Now, typically you can call and get that information if it's not there. But like, for example, the Salem location does show that there's 4 units up for auction. And that may change up until the date, which is the 13th, because people may pay their bill. So you got to kind of keep up on it. This is another one. It's got 2 that are basically going up for auction. So, and these caravan auctions are pretty popular, as you can see. Now, you can narrow it down to 10 miles of your location, and that will kind of narrow it down to auctions that are, you know, within your area. But that being said, this site for me, on a scale from 1 to 10, I think it's a 9, because I personally love to be able to look on the site, find the auctions in my area. I don't want to spend a lot of time digging through papers and different cities' papers to find these auctions. You can also print out your list here too, which is good, and you can take that with you and print that out. Another thing that offers is the calendar, which is kind of cool, and it shows auctions that you can click on. And you can also set alerts, and you can download your list, and then it also has, you know, obviously your account preferences here as well. So it is a real basic site, but man, I would not do without this. If I was buying 2 to, you know, any 2, 3 or more auctions per month, I would definitely think the $16 is worth it per month to pay for this. But anything less than that, no, I would probably go with the free trial. So, but again, guys, I just want to say this is, you know, following my journey here on YouTube for this year is going to be really cool, because I'm going to put so much content out there that I use. And just so you guys know, like, the reason I love storage auctions is because it's the modern day treasure hunting. But more importantly, it is a fantastic way to purchase a lot of items, a lot of goods at a really affordable rate to sell on platforms like eBay and Amazon. And that's what I do. So I sell on eBay and Amazon, and storage auctions will give me that opportunity to purchase a lot of merchandise so I can sell on eBay and Amazon. And then it does have the slight chance that you can get really expensive stuff, you know, because I've got a lot of amazing stuff in storage units. For example, the one I purchased a 3,000 vintage Nike items in, and just so many other items that I purchased at storage units. So it is a really cool site, and if you kind of know what's in your city's area, you know, like for example, I've got Nike, Adidas, Columbia, all right here, corporate offices. We get a lot of that stuff. So here in Oregon, I'm blessed, but in other states, there's other big corporations and companies that you'll find a lot of, you know, that type of stuff, and then more importantly, good stuff that you can buy at a really affordable rate to sell on eBay and Amazon. So, like I said, when I first started, I had no idea this existed. I would literally pick up the phone trying to find, you know, these different storage auctions, but now you guys have it all in one location. So, and please let me know how you guys like this screen on the right hand side here that shows me talking and interacting with you guys. Please leave comments below if you have any questions. And this is Wade's Ventures, another video. I appreciate you guys stopping in, and you have a great rest of your day.